What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stella, aka STLA, aka Fairy Backshot Baby. I hope that each and every one of you are having a very blessed and a beautiful day, and that you are saying kind things to yourselves and to others. And of course, remember to drink that water. You know you gotta stay hydrated, my babies. So my beautiful Capricorns, it is so good to see you guys again. This reading is a little bit late and overdue, yes, I know. But it is so good to be back here again today, joining you guys for another tarot reading. I'm super excited to do this reading. I already had some messages coming out for you guys beforehand, so we will go ahead and discuss those readings. But before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would love to have you join the tribe. So, Capricorn, let's talk about the messages that already came out. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is control issues. It says, release control. You have more joy when your anger is under control. Release control. Wow, that was kind of redundant. I didn't even realize that was a little bit ironic until I just read that out loud. Okay, it says, go with the flow, it's all working out in your favor. So the biggest thing is anger management, emotional regulation, and letting go of control issues. That was what I was kind of trying to write here, but it's a little bit redundant to say release control, your anger is better under control. Releasing control issues in the sense of trying to control your environment and then being easily triggered or very reactive towards the things that are not under your control. Anger issues is a big thing that was coming out here, especially when it comes to the control issues, right? When things happen, when you're trying to do something and a bunch of things happen, more things happen. They're basically showing me, telling me, walking me through it. When you are upset by something, do something different to change your energy. Like, don't let the energy of anger fester, right? My biggest thing that has helped me with my anger issues, coming out of those, is to combat those feelings when they arise with love. And essentially what I do during times of being triggered, if it is somebody that I care about that has triggered me or caused me to feel upset in some way or another, I will think of 5 reasons why I love that person. Just like focus on reasons why I really love that person instead of reasons why I'm angry, and taking my focus off of being angry. That also helps me with my communication skills and being able to verbalize why I am upset when I am able to return back to that conversation. I also like to remove myself from the situation for as long as I need to really ground my energy back, bring it back down. I also have noticed that by just like eating a snack, that also really helps me a lot when I'm upset, especially if it involves cooking, just doing something like physical and like doing something that I like to do, right? And then being rewarded with a snack and then being able to come back to that when the time is needed. That helps a lot. Another thing that you could also do if you're finding yourself losing your temper, and it is, let's say you're just frustrated with a project that you're doing, right? Again, changing your energy, doing something different, and then coming back to it also really helps. But listing 5 things that are around you. If you're also, this helps if you are getting upset with somebody that you aren't that familiar with, so you can't think of 5 reasons why you love them. Maybe you can think of 5 reasons why you like them, why this is a cool person, like their hair is cool, their shirt is cool, those kind of things. It'll help you keep more emotionally regulated, right? So when you're getting upset by like a project, frustrated by a project or something that you are working on, listing 5 things that are around you, right? Paying attention to detail about other things that are around you instead of the thing that you are mad about, upset about. You really want to take your focus off the things that you're upset about. Releasing control issues, not getting upset when things happen, like if you knock over something or if things fall apart, just kind of like remove yourself from the situation, ground your energy, and then come back. So the first card we have coming out here is the Fool. The second card is the Second of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles in reverse here. The 2 of Pentacles represents juggling. With it being upside down, I don't think there's a lot of juggling here. The Fool represents risk taker, somebody who is initiating a leap of faith. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse coming out with the 2 of Wands. 2s are very prominent here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Page of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and talk about these cards. The Eight of Pentacles is going to be the card that leads our reading right now. This is somebody who is in their studies. I find it very interesting that we see the phases of the moon right here as we are still in the end stages of the new moon as I'm recording this. You could find that during the new moon, your emotions seem to be a little bit more unregulated than usual, a little bit more unhinged. So pay attention to the lunar cycles and where your emotions are. Oftentimes when we experience a new moon in the lunar cycle, it is to go within, to pull these energies out that no longer serve us, right? So when we're able to hold that space for ourselves to reflect and to process, we are able to have more control over our emotions, right? And we don't feel as affected by our environment, and our environment doesn't need to be so controlled for us to feel like we are making progress or we are emotionally set, stable, secure, those sort of things. We have the Fool and the Two of Pentacles in reverse here. The energy that I'm feeling is very stubborn, I guess is a really good way to say that. I'm hearing, I know what I want and I know how I'm gonna get it. That's why that makes sense, why the Two of Pentacles is in reverse here. I am not open to anything being different. I am set right now in my ways on how this is going to unfold. I am taking this risk. I'm taking this leap of faith. I'm going to control every aspect of it, and it is going to go the way that I want. The Eight of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new money, financial leaps, right? So the Eight of Pentacles here represents somebody who is in their studies, somebody who is learning mastery over a skill, over a hobby, over a study. Okay, so this could be something to do with college, career field, and Capricorn, you are very career oriented. I get that. So I'm seeing here that there is a lot of control, a lot of pressure over your finances, over your career, over the material world. And being it is that you are a Capricorn, you are an earth sign. Earth signs rule the material plane, right? The physical, the tangible. And being in tarot, Capricorn, you are ruled by the card of the devil, which also again represents the material world. So it is very, very much a prominent aspect of your life that you are to be financially successful, dealing with career fields, the material world, right? So this is already granted to you. This is already granted to you until this life, right? Capricorns are very blessed, very, very good at getting money, very hard workers, right? I just see that there's a struggle with control issues here, letting go of control and trusting the process, trusting that this leap of faith, this risk of letting go of control, that things will work out in your favor. I don't think you're in your head about this. I just think you're very stubborn. Because if I don't do it, somebody else will. That's what I just heard. My way, or the highway. Okay, so the Five of Swords right here, this does represent competition. I feel like I feel like there is this mentality that if you were to be too chill, that life would just pass you by, opportunity would just pass you by. But have you ever noticed that there are people who are given big blessings of opportunity, who have not as many skills, haven't been in the field, the game for that long? They're just being blessed and very fortunate. That has to do with energy. And specifically the energy of optimism, of happiness, of contentness, right? Of being fulfilled before those opportunities come. Oftentimes these people are just enjoying the ride, just being present, just focusing on their happiness, their joy, just focusing on being there, being their best self, right? These are people that often get promoted to positions of power because within each company, what you look for in somebody who is going to get a promotion is somebody who is going to bring a fresh aspect of life to the company, to the corporation, to the business, right? We don't look for somebody who is stern and rigid and has control issues. Though sometimes those people do get into positions of power, but oftentimes, especially now in this day and age that we are living in, we want people who have a fresh mind, somebody who can see the opportunity, somebody who, has a very broad sense of looking at things, isn't just so stubborn, isn't so rigid, isn't so my way or the highway, this is the only way. It's like I said, it can happen, but it's more likely that these opportunities are going to go to people who have a very free, open mind, right? Because they're so creative, they're so open, they're so loose around the edges in all the right way, right? So we have the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles here. I'm getting just a lot of rigidity in spending your finances, holding on to your material world way too tight, not feeling joy, holding on to, again, this career, how this is going to play out, how everything is going to play out, how it needs to play out. If it doesn't play out that way, then I feel like I'm out of control. And if I'm out of control, then everything is failing, everything is falling apart. It needs to be this way. That is pretty much the energy that I'm picking up right now. The Hangman in reverse, Lovers in reverse. It's just like it's very clear to see that there's a lot of rigidity here. So let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. It's almost like I can't even continue reading so much so because there's just so much just of the same message of just not wanting things to change, right? Not listening to your intuition, not being led by the divine, only trusting your ego, only trusting the material plane, following the money. I'm hearing you're following the money instead of following your heart, instead of following your intuition. You're not listening to your emotions, and this is leaving you in a place of lack. This is leaving you in a place of scarcity. This is what is really fundamentally breaking you down in the long run. So right here we have the High Priestess coming out in reverse. This is somebody who is not listening to their intuition. This is somebody who is not standing in their power, not standing in their truth. This is somebody who is only following the money. I'm hearing somebody is making too many plans for something that is way simpler than what you're making it out to be. Like, if I do this, then I'll do this next. And if I do that, then I'll have enough money to do this. It's like you're making so many plans, and it's just consistently all these plans. And instead of going with the flow and trusting that all it is that you desire, what you want wants you, what it is that you're trying to manifest, and your manifesting capabilities are on point, right? Mind you, Capricorn, you're really good with the material plane. Instead of trusting in your manifestation capabilities and believing in the universe and having faith that all is being divinely led and guided to you and will happen in the right time, right? Instead of believing in all of that, you're creating all of these plans, and if things fall out of line, if things fall out of plan, you disregard your entire manifestation, right? Well, what if instead, you're planning a trip to, let's say, you're planning a trip to Hawaii for Christmas, right? Go see your family or take a vacation or something like that, and your flight got canceled. Does that mean all of your plans are canceled? No, you're going to find another plane, right? But then you're going to have to work out, the booking dates and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean the trip is canceled. No, it doesn't. It means you have to create another plan to fit around that. But if it's going to be, it's going to be, right? There'll always be a way. You'll always make a way. So it's important that you trust that with your other manifestations here as well. It doesn't mean you need to work this job for another year and save up so that you can go here. So you can go here to work on your business. What if you just worked on your business? If that's what you want to do, if that's truly what you do want to do in your heart of hearts, and you have a lot of faith in it, and it's not going to fail, you truly believe in yourself and your business and the success of it, why not just focus on that? Why create so many stop points of, this is measurement, I guess, is points of measurement, measuring your success, right? if I do this, if I make this many sales, then I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do this. Like, it's just so many plans, it's so much organization that the universe doesn't have room for anything, that you're not listening to your intuition, so you're not getting these creative ideas of, you know, how to skip these steps. Say you want to make $1,000 in a day, and your normal brain, your normal way of doing things is, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna, you know, make all these sales, like salesman or something like that. I'm gonna make all these sales, and that's how I'm gonna make it. Well, what if you just got like a donation out of nowhere? What if that's how you made $1,000 in a day? You just got a donation. It's almost as if you're not open to receiving any other form of abundance besides what it is that you are so rigidly setting yourself upon. And again, that's what's leading you into the scarcity mindset, this isolation, this fear, this anxiety, this, I guess it's the Two of Pentacles coming back out here again, but it's upright, this contemplation of, how do I need to do this to get here, to get here, to get here. And it's an analysis paralysis. It's drowning in your emotions, right? We also have the Moon card coming out here again, which again, I think is really interesting because, like I said, we are dealing with the new moon. And if you are watching this on a different date than when the new moon has occurred, this reading is still for you. If you find that it resonates, this is a timeless reading. So with all that rigidity, right? Okay, so they're leading me to talk about, before I started this reading, I was in a great flow state. I had just finished the reading for Virgo. Ooh, we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. I mentioned that earlier as well. So I was in a great flow state. I just finished Virgo. I was ready to start doing your reading. I was sitting down for it, and I had a plant on the floor which my dog knocked over, and at first it didn't bother me, but then I had to get the vacuum out, and the vacuum like stained the carpet, right? So I was really upset about that, and so it just kind of like made me really angry because I was like, I was just gonna read, I was in such a good mood, and now this is ruined, and I was just getting really flustered. And I sat down to do the reading, and I was like, I can't do the reading like this. I need to give myself a second. I just need to give myself a second. And I wasn't calming down, so I left the room for a little bit, you know, like just freshened up, got some water, stuff like that. And I just saw 1717 on the clock. So go ahead and look that angel number up, 1717. And then I went and I decided to make some food. After I made some food, I felt really good. I felt refreshed, and I was like, okay, now I can continue forward. But see, my original plan was I was going to do Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. I was just going to go through with it, and then I was going to take a break. But Spirit was like, no, just take a break in between readings. And I was rejecting that. I was rejecting that opportunity to just rest, right? And so because of that, it just, more things kept happening. I kept knocking stuff over. I kept getting more flustered. And I was like, okay, like, you just need to do what you're doing. Like, stop thinking about what it is that you want to do right now. Just focus on what you are doing presently. You know what I mean? And stop thinking about how this is what you were originally going to do, because that's not what's happening. That might have been your original plans, but that's not what's happening anymore. So just go with it. The more you resist it, the more bad stuff is going to happen. The more, like, you know, so go with the flow, release those control issues, right? And you'll find more happiness, and you'll find more fulfillment in that. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to get frustrated when things don't go the way that you want to. It might just be on a little delay. Like we were talking about that trip to Hawaii. It might just be on a delay, but it's still going to happen. And you know what? In between here and then, you get to decide whether or not you're going to be frustrated about it, or if you're going to find a way to enjoy that time. Because regardless, what you decide to feel in that moment is going to be the energy that you put out into the universe, and it's going to be what you keep receiving back. So if you're deciding that you're just going to be upset, then you're going to get more opportunities to be upset. And by the time you get to Hawaii, by the time you get to your destination, by the time you start doing what it is that you want to do, you're going to be so freaking frustrated, you don't even want to do it. So it's just take the break, take the time that you need, do something to change your energy, and keep that energy moving in positive ways, right? Things are just happening. Things are always just happening. Nothing is inherently good or bad until we decide that. Good and bad is a personal interpretation, right? And that is based upon our own values and our belief systems. So if you're experiencing things that are bad, ask yourself, is this actually bad, or am I just in a bad mood? And if I'm just in a bad mood, how can I change my mood so that everything that is happening is good? And so I can feel good because the stuff around me is also making me feel good, and we're getting back to that, right? It's about listening to your intuition and giving yourself compassion and not holding on to rigidity so much. The more you do that, the more you'll have ideas. Also, during that time when I was taking a break is when I started to get those messages for you. So it gave me a good starting point. It actually gave me a good starting point to just go ahead and jump into the reading. And it's just been clarified through and through and through. So sometimes Spirit pulls us away from stuff, not just to give us a break, but to also help us advance further into what it is that we were trying to do in the first place, right? I'm getting like sparks of creative inspiration. So like when you're feeling, sorry if you guys see me moving around, adjusting a lot. I'm sitting on the floor, so like my knees are starting to hurt a little bit. But if you guys are feeling a little bit burnt out, frustrated with work, like we were talking about, just go on a walk. Just pull yourself away. Stop getting frustrated, because you're just going to make things worse in the long end. If it needs to be done, it will be done. But sometimes we just need to back away from the time set that we gave ourselves and just walk away for a minute and come back. And sometimes when we come back, we're able to speed through it a lot faster than what we would have if we would have just stayed there and forced ourselves being in that stubbornness of it needs to be done now, like I need to just do it now. Be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And sometimes that discomfort is going to be just walking away for a little bit, going on a walk, taking a shower even. Like if you work from home and you're working on a project and you're just like, you're stumped, you're out of creative inspiration, you don't know what to do next, like it's not clicking, taking a shower, going on a walk, letting Spirit give you like creative ideas through your intuition, right? Listening to those thoughts, keeping a journal, going to do something else. You know, I'm gonna finish it later, I'll come back later. I don't want to put this bad energy on something that I love, something that I'm really trying to put my all into, something that I care about. Because when we love something, when we care about it, we don't give it bad vibes, right? We don't focus on why it's so frustrating to me, why is it not working the way that I want it to work, why, right? Like people, you know, if you really love somebody, you love that person, right? You love all of them, even their annoyances. You're like, yeah, you're being kind of annoying right now, but I still love you so much, and I'm just gonna like let it go because, you know, I respect you and love you more than I care to honor this annoyance. You know, like we don't just abandon the people we love because they annoyed us a couple of times, because we got frustrated with them a couple of times. No, we work it out, we figure it out, we keep moving forward. We decide whether or not it's worth putting a lot of energy into and making it bigger than what it is. So focus on the things that you love, focus on those things, right? And stop trying to control everything, because the more you try to control it, the worse it's going to get, because you're putting your energy on why it's not working the way that I want it to work, because it's working the way that it's supposed to. And sometimes it's not the way that you want it to, but it's working how it should, right? Everything just is. Like I said, it's not inherently good or bad until we decide it. So you can see the good in things, and more good things will happen, because you'll find more of those good reasons to like love this thing, to love the journey, to love the process, to love how it challenges you, right? How it develops you as a person. Those are the things we want to honor. Those are the things we want to put a focus on, because the more we focus on the bad, the more bad we're going to see, right? The more bad is going to be drawn towards us. So the next card we have coming out is Ace of Pentacles. I did mention this card earlier, so I think it's super neat that it's coming out right now. We should make this one the thumbnail. Yeah, that's gonna be the thumbnail. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, or not Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Tower in reverse. So that's what we got. I think I'm actually gonna make that the thumbnail. So the Ace of Pentacles talks about new beginnings, new financial opportunities, new business opportunities. I'm hearing some of you are trying really hard to increase your wealth, but you think there's only one way to do it when a new business opportunity is right on the horizon. You will find that you'll have a lot of success in quitting that job you hate and just focusing on your career the career that you're building with your business, your dream idea, your hobby is going to be more fruitful because you love it, you love doing it, and that energy is going to radiate. It's not going to be as frustrating, because you're not going to be as exhausted trying to work two jobs, trying to maintain your business and maintain this hobby. We have the Seven of Pentacles right here. Just the This is somebody who is really growing their garden, growing their finances in like love, in a loving way. Look at how he's just like staring at it, but he's like patient. You know what I mean? Like you can see how comfortable he is with his cozy t-shirt. You know, he's sitting there, he's watering his plants, he's watering his garden. He's making sure that it has enough sunlight, right? Enough love. Like he's just, you know, nurturing his garden. And then we have the Tower in reverse. There's just like a resistance to change here, but I feel like it's easing up, right? Because once you eliminate that fear, what if it does go bad? Well, what if it doesn't? Once you eliminate that and you realize everything is just going to be an endless flow of life, things are just going to happen, you're going to have more opportunities coming towards you. But if your intuition is telling you, hey, this is where you want to go, like you're asking for more money, you're asking for more success in your life, but you're denying your intuition, you're not heeding the signs, you're not listening to those creative inspirations, you're just creating more difficulties in your life, and that's what is going to keep conspiring, right? Like I feel like just somebody is like pushing against a wall, and you're like, well, if I push hard enough, then a door will appear and that door will open. And it's basically the same analogy of, if I try hard enough, if I prove myself hard enough, if I prove myself worthy and strong enough, then a door is going to happen and an opportunity is going to be on the other side. Versus if you were to walk away from the wall and look at the wall and just look around, you could actually find a door and just open the door and not have to be in so much resistance, right? So that's kind of like what I'm getting right here for you guys. All right. So use your imagination, use your creativity, use your magic. Release control issues. Stop being so stubborn. It's not a waste. Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups right here. Feeling like you put so much energy and investment into this business, into this career field, that you don't want to let that go, because like this has been your plan the whole time. You don't want to feel like you wasted part of your life like that. But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You could always see it the other way around and be like, every chapter has its end. You know, every good book comes to an ending at some point, but I can always pick up another good book. But, you know, if you want to see it as a waste, then you could see it as a waste, but I don't think it's a waste. Because look at everything you learned. Look at the person you became. Look at how you developed. Look at how you changed. Look at all of these networking opportunities that you found. And then it even emphasized your desire to do something else, right? Did it not? We don't think of things as a waste over here. We don't think of things as a waste. We seek the lessons. We seek the value in all things. Page of Wands in reverse with the 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay. With the Page of Wands being right here, this is somebody who is celebrating, who is very, very victorious. But behind it is somebody who is not really wanting to look out into the open horizons, right? The 2 of Wands right here is somebody who just is looking within and creating all these like illusionary fears. You know what I mean? So the 2 of Wands upright is somebody who's planning for the future, excited to go on these trips, excited to see what the world beholds. But in reverse, this is somebody who doesn't really want to see what the world holds. It's like, I will go out there and I'll explore when this and this and this happens, when this and this and this happens. But life is passing by. You know what I mean? Queen of Wands in reverse right here is not trusting your own power. But overall, the Page of Wands is somebody who is walking into their power celebration, right? So the back and forth, the 2 of Pentacles energy here is what is stopping you from the 10 of Cups, from achieving the life that you desire, from achieving that wealth, or achieving that legacy, right? That what would you call it? There's a word that I'm thinking of, but generational wealth, from achieving that generational wealth. The 2 of Pentacles is like, well, I would love to go over here and it would actually make me really happy, but I think I need to go over here and do all of these things before I can go over there. That's the 2 of Pentacles. That's the back and forth mentality that's really stopping you. That is what we need to get rid of, right? Devil energy coming out right here. Cool. We did mention this earlier, right? So I believe that is what you are to learn in this lifetime, is to be less rigid and focused on the material world, but to see the material world as an aspect of yourself, right? That things intrinsically have no value until you apply the value to it, right? Things have no inherent worth or anything until we give it that, right? Until we come to an agreement with that inside of ourselves. But also things are not inherently good or bad either, right? So I feel like in your lifetime being a Capricorn, Your lessons are going to be around finances, not letting your finances dictate your happiness as much as it is prohibiting you from experiencing different aspects of life, right? Because if you're letting your finances control you and you're working a job that you hate simply because it's feeding you and financially, like it's just feeding you financially, but it's not feeding your soul, then that is the issue, right? We want to do something that is giving us both, that is nurturing our soul, that is making us feel fulfilled, and is also giving us our income. I'm not saying you have to go be a starving artist. Nobody needs to be broke around here. The universe wants to give you money, an abundance of money, a windfall of money, wants to support you, wants to support your dreams, wants to give you all of this love, right? All of this fulfillment. The universe wants that for you. What I'm saying is stop working a fucking job that you hate simply because it pays good. That's what I'm saying. When you know damn well and good, you would be so much happier over here doing what you love, and you know it's going to give you money because you're good at it, you're damn good at it, and you're damn good at making sales. You're damn good at running business. Like, the material world is your world. You are a Capricorn. That is who you are. The material world is your world. So rule it, command the universe around you, command the world around you in a way that is healthy and nurturing for you and those around you. Right? That's what we want to do. That's what we want to see. You are the boss. You are the boss. You are not a worker ass bitch. You are the boss. So command that shit, okay? Stop living in two minds. Stop being so stubborn. Stop being so rigid. Be more creative about how things are going to turn out in your life. Take more risks that are not as calculated as you need them. You don't need them to be as calculated as you think you do, right? We want to take risks that are calculated, but sometimes we have those creative inspirations. We don't need to break them down. Just trust that is our intuition, right? And lead that and see where that goes. If it feels good, it probably is good, right? So Capricorn, that is where I'm going to go ahead and chop off this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. I love you guys so, so much. If you guys would like to book a reading with me or leave a donation to this YouTube channel, all that information will be listed down below, as well as a coupon code for 25% off store-wide. I'm just trying to share some love. So the coupon code is LUV. Find all that information down below in the description box. And without further ado, my beautiful Capricorns, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Peace, love, and light. Bye!